Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barca, live Barcelona news coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. Good morning to you all. In today's episode, we're pretty much just going to be complaining about the amount of clickbait coming from the journalists talking about Frenkie De Jong, Man United, Erik ten Hag. It ain't happening, folks. All right? We've got that little lull in the season where there's not really much going on in the footballing world. Barcelona don't have any trophies to play for. We've got the Champions League spot to secure, but we are one match away from doing that. So journalists are stretching for news right now, okay? I understand. We all got to get paid. We all need to be fed. I get it. But the clickbait, my friends, it has to stop. We're going to be taking a look at some of that clickbait, talking about Frenkie De Jong, whatever other rumors come up, and whatever pops up conversationally. That's what we do here on Wake Up on Barca. We have a little bit of caffeine. We catch up on the news coming out of the camp now, but we have some good conversation with Culers from around the world. So if you're just finding us for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be part of that conversation. Come hang out with us every time we're live, which, like I said, is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, covering live Barcelona news on Wake Up in Barca. And then we are also live for all the Barcelona matches. I give the commentary, the play-by-play, so you don't miss any of the action, and you get to connect with Culers from around the world as we cheer on the Blaugrana. That's what we do here on the channel. Again, in today's episode, we're mostly going to be complaining about all the clickbait coming out around Frenkie De Jong being, unhappy at Barcelona, Xavi wanting to let him go, this and that, and yada, yada, yada. That's what we'll be discussing today on Wake Up in Barca. Let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right. Good morning, friends. Got a nice Americano going here. Got my European fixture kit on, Busquets on the back. I just felt like it was that day, you know? I admittedly got this late in the season. Once we got past Napoli in Europa League, I was like, oh, we might wind up in the final. Sure would be nice to have that kit. Counting my chickens before they hatched. My goodness, that was silly me. But I'm glad I got the kit. It's an awesome kit. I really do enjoy it. I think in years to come, I'll be happy that I have it. And it's a Busquets kit, which is nice. Pay some, what's it called? Pay homage to a club legend. Anyway, how's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing this morning? Like I said, today's episode, we're going to be complaining about clickbait. We'll talk about whatever else pops up conversationally. We'll see what's going on in the news. But let's see how everybody's doing. Let's turn to the chat. Say my hellos. Prashant was in here early. And tell you what, something's going on with this channel where the numbers are starting to dwindle a little bit in terms of the Wake Up and Barca attendance. We'll figure that out. I don't know if it's just one of those lulls where maybe Culers from around the world are like, season's pretty much over. We're going to start to drop off a little bit. Maybe there's something I'm doing with titles or tags or whatever. Who knows? We're not getting quite the 25, 30 people we were getting a few weeks ago. But we'll get back there, folks. I'm very happy to have the stash squad that I do, and it means we get to have a little bit more intimate of a conversation with numbers being a little bit down. So I don't mind that at all. Happy to have my regulars in here. I see Ryan Scott's with us. Of course, the stash commander, Kudus. Good morning to you, sir. Chanel, hello. How we doing? Flash, what's up, brother? George is also with us. Said, who would we even want for Man United? Let's be honest, apart from Sancho, I wouldn't want any of the rest of them. They're trash. That's a good question, actually. We could start there. Because, listen, we're going to complain about the Frenkie De Jong rumors. But if we do, let me jump over to here. If we do Manchester United roster, we'll play that game, right? We'll play if Frenkie De Jong was to go to Man United in a swap deal, who and how many players would it actually take for us to comfortably give up Frenkie? Because I can tell you, I don't think they have it. De Gea, we're good. We've got a better goalkeeper, in my opinion, in Ter Stegen. Backline, Lindelof, no. Eric Bailly's an interesting one. Not that I would swap him for Frenkie De Jong, but he's an interesting one. Maguire, no. Nope. There's nothing in the defense that I would take. Alex Telles. Do you pronounce those L's? Do Portuguese pronounce the double L, or is it Telles? I always forget. Anyway, Alex Telles, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, those are two that I would entertain as part of a swap deal. Is there anyone in their midfield that we would want? I like Fred, actually. Some people were saying, oh, just let Frenkie go to Man United and we'll sign Paul Pogba on the free. Guys. Absolutely not. Prashant says, give Harry Maguire and you can have anything that you want. Get out of here, Prashant, with your nonsense. Louis says, even if they gave De Gea and Ronaldo, I wouldn't swap De Jong. I agree on that. I'm trying to think of who all we... let's dream wild dreams. If we were going to say, okay, De Jong has to go to United, how many players do we need to take before we feel good about it? I like Bruno Fernandes. Donny Van de Beek still doesn't play. Scott McTominay is good on the defensive side, but not a Barcelona talent by any means. There's Ronaldo, but he's not going to fit into Barcelona's mold and would never play for us. There's Jadon Sancho. I like Marcus Rashford. Mason Greenwood's career is done. So I'll say this: if Frenkie De Jong came in, if I'm President Joan Laporta, okay, and Frenkie De Jong comes in and he's like, "Hey, I want to go play with Ten Hag. It's gonna happen." He said, "You guys get to name your price. You could pick whatever 3 players you want. Let's see if we can make it happen. We could pick 3. I would go." Would you go Rashford or Sancho? Let's say we get to pick a forward, a midfielder, and a defender. We'll play the game, all right? We get to pick a midfielder, a forward, and a defender from United. I would go. I mean, obviously, the obvious choice would be Ronaldo, right? But if we're trying to keep a sliver of reality into this thing, Cristiano Ronaldo would never play for Man United. I would say Marcus Rashford or Jadon Sancho. Because we already have wingers, depending on what happens with Dembele, I would go Marcus Rashford. So that's one player. Kuda says, do I remember the days when I kept talking about McKennie? That's coming up, folks. We've got another long summer of transfer rumors. So that's going to be happening. Jatine says, Bruno for Frenkie. I would need a lot more than that. I would need Marcus Rashford. I think I agree with you. I would take... This is going to be a surprise, but I would take either Bruno or Fred in the midfield. I don't like Paul Pogba's attitude. I don't like what he would bring to the locker room. So for those reasons, he would be out. I would go Fred or I would go Bruno. And defensively, I would take Aaron Wan-Bissaka and move Dest to the left. That's what I would do. So I would never sell Frenkie De Jong, okay? I would never swap him. I would never trade him. But if he walked into my office and I'm president of Barcelona and he says, President Mustache John, I'm leaving. Man United said you can pick 3 players in the swap deal. I would take Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I would take Fred. Can't believe I'm saying that. No, I would take Bruno Fernandes. Who am I kidding? I would take Bruno Fernandes. I wanted to go defensively, but I'd go Bruno Fernandes. And I would go Marcus Rashford. I still wouldn't be happy about it, but those would be the 3 that I take. Luis says, even if they gave De Gea and Ronaldo, I wouldn't take the swap deal. My goodness. Jatine agrees we should keep De Jong. Chanel says, Fernandes sort of would work for a De Jong replacement if we were to leave. Not for a replacement by any means. I mean, those are 2... Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
There it is. Resent the counter, Kudis. My goodness. I went 10 minutes almost without making that mistake just because I hadn't swapped scenes. Ay. Anyway. Prashant, give those 3 and throw in 100 million. I'm with you on that one. It's just pure nonsense, folks. The number of Frenkie De Jong rumors running rampant right now is just unnecessary. If we take a look, I went on Twitter this morning, just grabbed a couple of them just to see. If Frenkie De Jong's name was Fernando de Jorge, they wouldn't even entertain any transfer gossip or consider selling him. That's one that I grabbed just because it ain't wrong. There's a bit of a bias towards non-Spanish players. If you look at La Liga in general, not a lot of English players, not a lot of Italians, not a lot of Germans, honestly, not a whole lot of French. You get mostly Spanish, Brazilian, Argentinian. You pepper in some countries here and there. We do have a few Dutch on our team, but they're left over from the Ronald Koeman days. So, with that said, I gotta say, this tweet is not terribly inaccurate. If Frenkie De Jong's name was Fernando de Jorge, they won't even entertain any transfer gossip more or less selling him. Just saying, pretty accurate. That's just one calling out the ridiculousness. Now let's get into some of the clickbait that we're seeing. Nagelsmann has asked Bayern Munich to be very attentive to the situation of Frenkie De Jong. He really likes the player. Bayern Munich could ask Barcelona for Frenkie De Jong in a Lewandowski operation. However, as for now, Barca have no intention of selling Frenkie. This is according to Sport. I'm getting so frustrated by accounts just quoting somebody else. Oh, well, Sport said this, so I get to say whatever I want. I can just spread around the clickbait because Sport said it. I didn't say it. Here's Sporf. I got a blue check mark. Eric Ten Hag could reunite with his former star. Man United get refresh boost in their Frenkie De Jong pursuit. It ain't happening, folks. This is nonsense. You guys smell that? It's BS, okay? That's what we're smelling right now. If you smell smoke, it's because somebody's pants are on fire, okay? Lots of lies being told here around the interwebs. You got Soler rumors going rampant. This is nonsense, folks. Absolutely nonsense. Where would Soler fit into this midfield? Somebody tell me. It is true that Barcelona have held talks with Carlos Soler, but his signing will only be considered if Frenkie De Jong leaves. Barca will only study exuberant offers for Frenkie De Jong. This is according to an ESPN analyst. So again, we're quoting other people, so we get to just say whatever we want. Keep spreading this ridiculousness. Absolutely. Got no clue why it depends on Frenkie. He doesn't want to go. He never has done. I think this is actually in support of what I'm saying. Oh, no, this is just that tweet. That's what that is. Oh, here's another one. The list goes on, my friends. Gerard Romeo is reliable, but it's difficult to believe Barca want McTominay in a Frenkie De Jong deal. Don't care how Man United do it. If Frenkie is truly Erik ten Hag's priority agent, then Man United should go all in and get him. Why? Why would Frenkie want to go to a team that probably isn't going to even be in Europe next year? If we take a look at the table in England, Man United down in 6th right now. West Ham with a match in hand so they can draw within 3 points. Wolves have 2 matches in hand so they could get up to 52, 55. West Ham and Wolves could both be within 1 match of knocking United out of European competition. Just saying. So for all of the accounts saying Frenkie De Jong going to Man United, it's just even in Spanish, Mundo Deportivo. He stays, he goes. He stays, my friends. He stays. I know that this is one of those. It's happened before, okay? It's happened with Neymar. It's happened with Messi. We've had these surprise, no, there's no way this person's going to leave, and then they do. Things happen. Wild things happen. I get it. But it just doesn't make any sense when we are rebuilding this club and we have a piece like a Frenkie De Jong, who is, for me, box to box, sideline to sideline, top 5 midfielder in the world, top 3 midfielder in the world. Yes, there's better attackers. Yes, there's better defenders, but there's nobody who plays both sides of the ball like Frenkie De Jong. So I get the rumors. I get why Erik ten Hag might want him. I get why they might want him over at Bayern Munich. Makes total sense. He's a world-class player. But I'm telling you, this is journalists trying to fill the gap while we have a little lull towards the end of the season. La Liga champion has been crowned. We do have UEFA semifinals going on. The finals coming up next, but there's not a whole lot of talking points around that other than the tremendous action. So journalists struggling right now to fill the gap, to get eyes on their articles. That's why we're seeing this tremendous clickbait around Frenkie De Jong. It is pure nonsense. Nonsense. I just bit my tongue there for those of you that heard it. It was like instant karma. Anyway, it's not going to happen, folks. It's just not going to happen. Do we have any others? Oh, here's one from goal.com. They keep coming in. Barcelona will listen to big offers for Frenkie De Jong, according to Sport. Again, let me just quote somebody else, and then that way I can keep tweeting out this clickbait nonsense and keep my journalistic integrity. Not going to happen, friends. Not going to happen. I'm telling you, Frenkie De Jong is going to stay. He is going to be the building block of our midfield moving forward because Gavi and Pedri will be playing in front of him. You saw a little bit in the last match of Frenkie De Jong being unleashed, being told you don't have to stay on one side of the pitch, go wherever you want. And then Gavi and Busquets kind of split the sides. I love Frenkie De Jong. Lots more to come from Frenkie De Jong at Barcelona. He is a Barcelona player, Barcelona DNA. He's going to be here for a long time, friends. You heard it here first. You can let go of all the nonsense. You can ignore all the Frenkie De Jong rumors. Frenkie stays. What do we think, folks? Get caught up on the chat here. Wake up and clickbait is right, Kudas. Absolutely correct. Greg says, I thought Lewandowski's contract was up at the end of the season. No, it's at the end of next season, but a lot of clubs will try to offload a player before they leave for free. It just so happens this is a kind of a bizarre year where you have players like Dembele, Pogba, Mbappe, all ending their contracts. You have Haaland, who drops down to a $75 million buyout and goes for free next year. Lewandowski goes for free next year. So when players with big names have their contracts coming up, and they're in their last year. Very often, clubs will try to sell them in that last year before they leave for free. Just saying. Just saying. Speaking of just saying, folks, there's starting to be some rumors. I know this has nothing to do with Barcelona, but there's starting to be some rumors. Pulisic might be looking for a new home outside of Chelsea. One option is that Pulisic and McKennie join up at Juventus. I've been seeing some of those rumors. But, you guys, here's my question. If Pulisic, who can play anywhere across a forward line, is available and is willing to leave Chelsea, does Christian Pulisic fit in at Barcelona? For me, yes, there's some bias, but if we have the option to pick up Christian Pulisic, put him on the right wing, Ansu left, Lewandowski centrally, or Ansu left, Ferran Torres centrally, Pulisic on the right, or Pulisic on the left, Ansu centrally, Ferran Torres on the right. Guys, I think this might be the summer of Pulisic rumors to Barcelona. Just saying. He's a Champions League winner. Shows up in big games. He's buried Mexico a couple of times for the U.S. He's just having a hard time getting consistent playing time at Chelsea right now. I don't think he would start, to be honest. If he walked in the club right now, it would still be Ansu, Aubameyang, Ferran. Dembele would be ahead of him. He would be an upgrade from Adama. I'll tell you that. It ain't going to happen, all right? There's about a 0.01% chance of Pulisic finding his way to Barcelona. I'm just saying it would be cool. I'm just saying it would be exciting. But if he does end up at Juventus, I might be with 11 Yanks here. Not a full-time Juve fan, but I'll be getting a couple jerseys. I'll tell you that. Greg says if Dembele leaves, Pulisic could be a good replacement, though the fact that he doesn't get regular starts under Tuchel is telling. Yes, but some of that is the formation. He started running with wingbacks instead of wingers. Instead of playing a 4-3-3, Tuchel's playing more of a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2. So Pulisic doesn't quite fit in to the formation right now. So that's part of it. That is certainly part of it. Barcelona are going to be making some room. I think Ricky Puig is going to be gone. Umtiti, possibly Langley. I think Oscar Mingueza might be on his way out. There's going to be quite a few players that aren't going to be around next year. Just saying. And that's something we'll have to talk about here soon. We'll do like a summer transfer special coming up here in a bit. We'll also have year-end awards. I need to get your ideas for what awards we need to be giving out to kind of recap this season. I think I'm going to do an upload video too, kind of like a Dear Diary. This was Barcelona's year in review. So it's it'll be like a voiceover. We'll get some clips from the live watch-alongs, get some burps in there, that kind of thing. So we'll see. We're going to do year-end wrap-up. We're going to do some uploads. Lots more coming on this channel, folks. And Wednesday, speaking of what's coming up, let's go Barcelona fixtures. Excuse me, not Wednesday. I mean Friday. Today is Wednesday. So Friday, we'll be doing a match preview. Real Betis hosting Barcelona. Barcelona with a chance to secure their Champions League spot. A win against Betis, who are currently in 5th, will give enough of a gap that even if we lost our last 3 matches, wouldn't matter. We'd still be in Champions League. We'd have that spot secured. I would like a win. 1, to secure Champions League. 2, to keep that momentum going. And 3, just because I think we owe Betis one. I think Betis beat us last time. Am I wrong? I am not wrong. We did. We lost 1-0 to Wanmi in the 79th minute back in December. I remembered. So Barcelona with the opportunity to get some revenge here. Looks like we had plenty of possession, good passing accuracy, but the shots just not there. Just not there. So Friday, we'll do an episode covering the match preview. We'll talk lineups. We'll talk predictions. And then Saturday will be the live watch along. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you turn on notifications so you know when we're live, which is, again, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on the Undefeated channel. Let's see. What else we got, folks? Mike says a lot more Ter Stegen impersonations. Yes, we have more Ter Stegen impersonations coming up on the channel. Absolutely. Is the awards going to be based on votes by the Stash Squad? We'll get some votes in. There'll be some that I just declare, but we'll get some out there. Once I know what awards we're giving out, we'll do at least a handful of them that we'll get some votes on. We'll get some opinions. And then maybe what we do is we have we'll figure something out. We're definitely going to get the opinions of the Stash Squad going before that show. Prashant says, aren't we getting back Inaki Peña from loan? Yes. Inaki Peña. Yes, you are correct. Inaki Peña will be coming back from Galatasaray. So he'll be back. Yes, Shatin will have Player of the Year and more. All happening right here on the Undefeated channel. My friends, I know this was a little bit of a late start, but I got to jump off anyway. I got an early start to my day job today. It happens sometimes. So, shorter episode. We're going to jump off, but come back, hang out with us Friday morning. We're going to do a live watch along, like I said, for Barcelona versus Betis. We're going to try to make up for that loss back in December. So we'll see what we can do here. Lineups, predictions, all happening this Friday. My friends, thank you so much for coming in. Words. By the time I start having caffeine, sometimes my tongue just goes a little bit faster than my mind. Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Go out there and spread some love, some positivity, high fives, and hugs for everybody who wants them. I'll catch you all next time, all right? I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us. Go out there and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride, my friends. Mwah.